Alright, this video is on advice to people that are homeless. Now I wrote a bunch of comments on a video made by George for Title, and I just want to read these to you very quickly. And then if I have time, I'm going to go over a packing list and some other notes. I'll do this very quickly if I can. Now here we go. Comments. If anyone can, it is better to obtain a small camping tent than to use the tarps and stuff that you might see people sleeping under. They should qualify for at least some food stamps and free clothing, and they should be able to get free medical. If it is possible, 2 to 6 people should join up as groups to take care of each other. And there has to be a better place to put one's tent for the night. You can put it on grass somewhere, don't put it on a city sidewalk. And pack it up in the morning. And in this small camping tent, you better have a small one. It can fit maybe 2, maximum 3 people. And it's got to fit inside of a regular backpack. You know, one of those school bag backpacks? You need a real small one. Just something to keep the rain off of you and make sure it's dark. Alright, now electricity, I'd recommend to get a couple cell phones that have flashlights. Let me put it this way. You can make cell phones, you can use cell phones as flashlights. And you can get yourself a small iPod, radio slash music player, whatever they want to call those things. And get yourself a couple headsets and a splitter, so 2 people can listen to the iPod at once. Can use it at once. I'd recommend this because you can listen to talk shows that you can download from the library, put them on your thing. You can try to gain some more information. You don't have to always be in the library. And make sure that both of these items are rechargeable, and you can plug them in to recharge these items in the library. And you probably need rechargeable batteries maybe, but those can be recharged in the library or some other place. You want to make sure that the weather you're at is not very cold unless you don't mind it. And bathrooms for number 1 and number 2 can be used at public buildings and parks with bathrooms. I don't know, but there might be free showers available somewhere, somehow. If the people are sleeping in a tent, okay, put it on grass then concrete. And a couple of people with a backpack each should be able to carry not too much stuff, but the very minimum they need. With 2+ people can cut each other's hair for free. Soap, toothbrush, etc. should be able to be obtained free somewhere. And there's a video I have on, it's called toiletries. Toiletries are just stuff that you use to take care, and upkeep the body, such as toothbrushes and soap and stuff like that. And my video shows you how to have the toiletries you need, and they're less than 50 cents a month. And if you include, about less than 50 cents a month. Anyway, goes on further. Also, don't fit the description. If you don't want to be looking like you're homeless, don't look like it. And don't attract attention when one shouldn't do so. Okay? Okay, when a person belongs to a group of people, 2 minimum, preferably 4 to 6, and these people must be able to be trusted, one can go into a store, etc., and have one of his group members hold his stuff while he's inside. A person can possibly be okay with a backpack holding all the stuff he owns. This is not the ideal situation, obviously. Ideally, you want to figure out some way you're not homeless. But if this is an improvement over a lot of a lot of tent cities right now, I'm sure. Anyway, and people sleeping on cement and stuff like that, in cardboard boxes, inside cardboard boxes and all that. The only clothing he should have besides what he is wearing is extra socks, underwear, shirts, pants, lightweight stuff. It's got to fit inside that bag. You can have a light jacket, but remember, you don't want to have a giant backpack. It's got to all fit inside that backpack. If you got two people, you can have one person carry the tent inside the backpack and the other person carry the clothing inside the other person's backpack. You can, if you have more people, you can make things better off that way. You can also, baking soda can be used to brush teeth, and it can also be used as one of the ingredients using for deodorant. But if you buy a big container of it, it's better to split it up between a lot of people. That way you don't got to carry a giant container or just throw out the container because you can't carry it. You can only carry so much. Anyway, you got to consider weight. Also, what I'm trying to say is that you have to consider weight of what you're carrying, because you're going to be carrying this thing a lot. Okay? Anyway, also stay off of drugs, including psych drugs. This also includes alcohol and pot. Anything that can get one into trouble or mess him up. And beware of those who are using that stuff. And beware of those who try to scam others, are trying to trick you or get what you've got, or trying to find out stuff they really don't need to know about you. There's a statement, watch what you say to whom. Okay, if one's on food stamps, purchase dried foods, nuts, fruit, grain, and you can carry some of this stuff with you. And there is some natural chewing gum that doesn't have aspartame, and other aspartame's a poison, that has aspartame in it. I think you can possibly purchase chewing gum with food stamps. I don't know. Anyway, you can use it on dried foods and also fresh vegetables and fruit. You can one person can go in a store, for example, if you have a group, and purchase on his card all the fruit and vegetables for the whole group in one day. His food stamp card, and then they can alternate, so they're not really using their card for everybody. Using only one person has a card and they're buying everybody all the time. You can alternate so that it's evenly split up, just as if you had purchased it, yourself, your own stuff only. That's something to think about. You decide if you want to do that or not. It's something that works, and I don't think the government would have a fit with it, as long as you're not really abusing it. It's just the way you're. Anyway, that's why I look at it. You're still only really buying your stuff. And also look for and learn sources of free food. Also consider whether the food is safe to eat, this free food, because of weed killer used on plant and whatever else that might be poisonous in the area that could make it dangerous to eat food from that plant or eat that plant. Also, try to figure out some way so you don't have to be in the street so long. Members of your group can also volunteer at soup kitchens and other public help things so that they have something to do, if they can't find some work, for a while or something, if it's that bad. Maybe help out at a church cleaning, cleaning a church or something, If these are the only work one can find, at least it is worth something. Working 10 hours a week would be helpful for 4 people, and maybe someone at the job, someone who's hiring you, or whatever, might have some advice to help you. Okay, do a search on the internet for ideas to get free, low-cost showers. You can search this phrase, how to get free showers. It is very important that if one is homeless, that she doesn't smell like shit or look trashy. People judge one on how they look, and if one smells like shit, they stick out in a bad way. One can be homeless, but if one has a group of people, maybe 4 people, that he can trust, then it is possible to be okay. Note, even if one picked up 10 to 50, what I'm trying to say here is in Michigan, when people buy sodas, these containers are often returnable for like 10 cents per soda can or soda bottle. You can get 10 cents but for returning it if you take it back. So anyway, I'm going to say this right here is that note, even if one picked up 10 to 15 10 cents recyclable bottles or cans a day, then over a month one could get $30 to $45. This can be used to get gym membership for a month to get showers. That would solve your shower thing. A minivan can house 4 to 6 people. If you're lucky enough to have a situation, it's better if you're lucky enough to be in that situation than just on the street. A minivan can house 4 to 6 people probably pretty comfortably, more or less. I mean, if you get along, have tinted windows or no windows in back and rear, no window in the back or the rear sides. Have tinted windows or no windows in the back or rear of the rear sides of the vehicle. One or more. I'm going to say that again. Have a tinted windows or no back window or windows in the rear of the vehicle. Anyway, one or more of your people of your group should know how to repair and do upkeep of vehicle. You really need to be knowing what you're doing. If you notice that the oil inside, when you change the oil, it doesn't look like it's entirely oil. It looks like maybe antifreeze or water got in there. It's a possibility that you could have antifreeze leaking inside the engine into where your oil's at. And if you let that go on too long, it can actually destroy the engine. So you best make sure that the oil is how it's supposed to be looking, only oil. A minivan, okay, I already said that. Okay, next, here's more. Do not trash environment when you work on the vehicle. Do not open, I spoke to somebody one time, he and a number of other people, I think, at least one other person, did an oil change in a parking lot. There's a company called Kmart. Well, he did this. And he didn't have a container to collect the oil, so he just let it go in the public parking lot. Do not do this, okay? Do not do it. It creates many problems. That's just as an example. Anyway, many auto parts stores have parking lots where some work on vehicles can be done quickly without harassment if one doesn't make a mess. In other words, if you're buying stuff from them, they're probably not going to harass you. Also, keep the vehicle clean, both inside and outside. Some people can lie down when sleeping if you remove the back seats. Others can sit up and sleep while they're sleeping. If you can sit up and sleep, good. The vehicle costs money, and you have to have insurance. Do not get pulled over by a cop because you will lose your vehicle. And also, do not plan that you will always have this vehicle. Make sure that you could actually, if you lost it, you have your backpack and your tent. Okay, use a locking item And there's little things you can put on steering wheels, such as one brand is Club, another brand is Master Lock.